Good morning, dear students. How are you all? I hope you are all doing good and are in good health. So, today we are going to solve this problem from Erodo, the very famous book, the problem number 1.5 from kinematics chapter. So, without wasting any more time, let's move on to the question. Let's understand it, comprehend it, and let's solve this problem. But before we start, I would like to request you to subscribe this channel and also to press the bell icon, because I don't want you to miss any of these videos, because this is going to be a very large journey, very long journey. On the daily basis we are going to upload these videos for you, video solution of Erodo, and this is going to be very helpful. We will try to explain you the concept involved in this problem also, and if you solve all these problems, all the related problems of Erodo related to JEE Advanced, then it will be really a confidence booster for the students, you students who are preparing for JEE Advanced. Okay, students. So subscribe and don't forget to bell icon. Okay. What is given in the question? Let's comprehend it. Two particles 1 and 2 moves with constant velocity v1 and v2. Okay, दो particle है. There are two particles and they are moving with constant velocity v1 and v2. At the initial moment, their radius vectors are r1 and r2. Okay, fine. How much these four vector be? How must this four vector be interrelated for the particle to collide? So simple. It's a question that what is the relation between r1, r2, and v and v2. So let's draw the situation first. You must be able to comprehend the situation and imagine the situation what is happening. So let's draw this equation. Draw the situation actually. Suppose this is our xy plane, and suppose this is particle 1, this is particle 2. Position vector of the particle 1 is this. This is position vector of particle 1, and this is going to be the position vector of particle 2, right? Now, suppose particle 1 is moving with some velocity v1, and suppose particle 2 is moving with velocity v2. This is how they are going. Now, this is the situation at present. Now, we want them to collide. So, for collision, one thing is sure that they will collide at one position only. Like, or we should say, if they are colliding, then their final position at the time of collision should be same. Yes. So that means final position of particle 1 should be equal to final position of particle 2. Obviously, this particle is going here and 2 is going here. So they will collide somewhere at this point. This is the intersection of their trajectories, line of motion. So only at this point they can collide, right? So their final position will be same. So now let's solve this. Now we know one thing, displacement is equal to velocity into time, right? You know this. Now displacement is also equal to final position minus initial position, right? So final position of any particle can be written as initial position plus v into t, whatever the time is. So this is how we will write final position, and let's use this in this equation, or let's solve it here. So final position of 1 must be equal to final position of 2. So I will write r initial, this was the r initial r1, vector plus v1 into t. This is the final position of the particle 1, and final position of 2 will be the initial position r2 plus v2 into t. So from here we will get r1 minus r2 is equal to v2 minus v1 into t. Now this is one equation. Now here t is a scalar quantity. We just need the value of t. So what we can do, we can take modulus on both sides. Taking modulus on both sides, so we will get t is equal to mod of r1 minus r2 divided by v2 minus v1, right? This is, we got t. Let's put this t in this equation 1, and we will get r. Let's write little bit above so that we will have space. Let's write it here. So r1 minus r2 is equal to v2 minus v1 into t will be r1 minus r2 modulus, because these are all magnitudes, and v2 minus v1, these are magnitudes. So by arranging this equation, now we will get r1 minus r2 divided by r1 minus r2 modulus of r1 minus r2 is equal to v2 minus v1 divided by v2 minus v1 of modulus. So if you look at these two terms, LHS and RHS, carefully, what is it written? Actually, R1, what is unit vector? Unit vector is A vector divided by modulus of A. So this is R1 minus R2 vector divided by the modulus. So this is written, if we interpret this, this is written position of 1 with respect to 2. This is position of 1 with respect to 2 cap. And this is velocity of 2 with respect to 1 cap. So that means what they want to say, unit vector of position of 1 with respect to 2 is equal to unit vector of position of 2 with respect to 1. Now our question is solved. This is the condition actually. But this term, this both term are same only. This term has some great significance, and if we solve this question by relative velocity approach, relative motion approach, then you will get to understand what is the significance of this. Let me explain you. Suppose there are these two particles, v1 and v2, and they are moving. Tell me one thing. Have you experienced this? Suppose a particle, you are standing here, right? Suppose a particle is coming and it is coming towards you. So you are observing that this particle is coming towards you. So it will hit you or not? Yes. You are seeing this particle to be coming towards you. So you know that if it is coming towards you, then it will hit you. It's easy. Even if you were moving also, then also if you observe this particle to be coming towards you, then you will get an instinct that yes, this particle is going to hit you, right? So I want to say a particle hits you only if its velocity, its relative velocity is towards you, right? This velocity of particle 2 with respect to you is the reality which you are seeing. For you, velocity of 2 is towards you, right? Relative velocity means velocity of a particle as seen by the observer. So here observer is you, right? And this particle may be moving in some other direction, maybe. But if you found that the velocity of this particle is towards you as seen by you, according to you, if the velocity of particle is towards you, then will it hit you or not? Yes, it will hit you. It will directly hit you. And if you want to avoid getting hit by this particle or stone, then you would have to move away from the path. So simple trick is that a particle, suppose this is particle 1 and 2 and they are going to collide. So let's solve this question with respect to 1 itself. So if we solve this problem with respect to 1, then by the relative motion theory we know that 1 will be at rest, because an observer, with respect to an observer will always be at rest. So now 1 has come to rest down. According to 1, if we ask 1 that what is your velocity, he will say 0. Now we know that 2 and 1 are going to collide. Here is 2. Position of 2 with respect to 1, the position of particle 2 as seen by 1 is towards this direction. This is position of 2 with respect to 1, right? Now let's talk about velocity. Now 1 and 2 particle may be moving in random direction like this. And now with respect to 1, if 1 is observer, then what would observer 1 would find itself at rest only. So with respect to 1 cannot move, 1 is at rest. So if particle 2 and 1 are to be collide, then the only possible way is that particle 2 should be moving towards 1 as seen by 1. Particle 2 should be moving towards 1 as seen by 1. Means velocity of particle 2 with respect to 1 should be towards 1. Velocity of this particle 2 with respect to 1 or as seen by 1 should be towards 1, right? Then only this particle will collide. So what is the game? The final game is that if a particle has to collide, then that particle's velocity as seen by you must be towards you. I think easy. Let me say it in Hindi. अगर एक पार्टिकल को आपसे कोलाइड करना है तो उसकी जो वेलोसिटी है वो आपकी तरफ होना चाहिए. जब कोई ऑब्जेक्ट मुझे अपनी तरफ आते हुए दिखेगा तभी मैं कहूँगा मुझसे कोलाइड करेगा. अगर वो पार्टिकल मेरी तरफ आते हुए दिख रहा होगा और मैं नहीं चाहता कि वो पार्टिकल मुझसे कोलाइड करे तो मैं हट जाऊंगा. दिस इज अवर इंस्टिंक्ट. ऐसा हम करते भी हैं. कई सारे गेम खेले होंगे आपने, वो कौन से पिट्टू विट्टू, तो उसमें यही तो करते हैं कि बॉल से एक दूसरे को हम फेंक के हिट करते हैं. एंड व्हाट हैपेंड, आप अवॉइड करते हो हिट होने से. तो जैसे ही आप देखते हो बॉल आपकी तरफ आ रही है, देन यू मूव अवे. सो ए पार्टिकल विल कोलाइड विथ यू ओनली इफ its relative velocity as seen by you is towards you. Or let me say that the direction of velocity of 2 with respect to 1 is opposite to direction of the position of 2 with respect to 1. And we can simply write direction by unit vector, right? In vector, unit vector is used to represent direction. That means position of, let me use other pen. Position of 2 with respect to 1 should be equal to minus of velocity of 2 with respect to 1. Or let me write in this way, position of 1 with respect to 2 is equal to position of 2 with respect to 1. I just shifted this minus sign to left hand side. and this is what we obtained earlier. Look at this. Position of 1 with respect to 2 is equal to velocity of 2 with respect to 1. So this expression is nothing but, this expression is telling you that if a particle has to strike you, hit you, then its velocity must be towards you, as seen by you, right? If a particle 2 is about to collide 1, then according to 1, or as seen by 1, velocity of particle 2 with respect to this 1 should be towards 1. That means relative velocity of that particle must be towards you, then only it will hit you, right? I hope, students, you understand the concept both ways, by how we can solve this question from ground frame, and also how we can solve using relative velocity. And if you practice enough, then you will get expertise in both methods. And relative approach is really important, so try to learn this, try to understand this. I will try to explain both in English and Hindi, because there are students who understand better with English language, like people from the southern part of India, and those students who understand better in Hindi, I will try to use both language, and I will try to explain you the whole concept. Okay, students, we will meet in next lecture, and we will discuss 1.6.